Hey guys, Pro1701 here, and today we are going to be reviewing a Tom Baker classic Doctor Who story, Terror of the Zygons. Now, I just recently watched this one again, yesterday as a matter of fact. It had been a long time since I'd watched it. I think the last time I'd watched it's when I bought the DVD, which is right when it came out. And since I had just ranked season 13 and I'd called Terror a bit overrated, and that I didn't think it was as good as a lot of the other stories in the season, while still being miles better than Android Invasion. I was in the mood to watch one I hadn't watched in a while, and I thought this one would be a good one. See if my opinion of it had changed. And I gotta admit, it's ranking higher on my list now. I can see why it has the reputation it does. It is a really, really solid, good story of Doctor Who. I like the Zygons in this. I actually prefer the Zygons in this than I do to the modern series. I like their design more or less slimy while still being very creepy. I like the fact you can actually tell the Zygons apart, especially the leader. So I like how they each have their kind of own individual look. I like that a lot. I like their transformation in this one better than in the modern series, which is kind of disgusting. I like the more weird Technicolor transformation. I like that better. Nice to see the Brigadier back. This will be the last time we see the Brigadier for about 8 years, all the way up until Maldron Undead, I believe. So it's nice to see him back. It's good to see Benton back. I think we'd only get one more story with Benton in Android Invasion. Of course, Harry's good in this one. I really like Ian Marter's acting when he's playing the Zygon disguised as Harry, especially right in that scene when he's attacking Sarah with the pitchfork. The expression on his face of malice and desperation at not getting caught, combined with the camera angles used for shooting that scene, is really, really good. I like that the Zygon bodies can be dissipated so they don't leave any evidence they've been there. I love the design of the Zygon ship, the kind of, excuse me, the organic look to it. It has that kind of organic technology look, which is really, really nice. I think that's pretty cool how that works. I like the fact that while the Zygons can disguise themselves as people, they have to keep the host alive to keep sending that signal. I like that. You know, they can't just kill you and then replace you like a lot of, go-to sci-fi tropes. So they can't just kill you and then replace you or take you over. They actually have to keep you alive so they can keep mimicking you. I don't know. That's a little different, so I like that. Tom, of course, is pretty good in this. My only complaint with Tom in this is the scene when he's at the Duke's house with the Duke at the beginning with Sarah. The way Tom is acting here gives the impression that Tom already suspects he's a Zygon. Just the way Tom plays that part, like when I'm watching it, because it's been a while since I've seen it, so I couldn't remember. I kept thinking, yeah, Tom knows. Tom's caught on to you. And then it turns out later when he actually does find out, because he leaves Sarah there while he checks out some other stuff. And then when he actually finds out the Duke is a Zygon, he's surprised and rushes to go help her. And I'm like, I could have sworn you had this figured out already. So the way Tom plays that with a little more, I'm cleverer than you, I know who you are, comes off kind of false there, since when he really does realize, he's like, oh goodness, we left Sarah there. Other than that, though, Tom's great in it. Every other thing else he nails, like he usually does. He's so good in these. Nice to see him in that more Scottish outfit at the very beginning of the episode, before getting back to his traditional outfit, which is the final appearance of his Season 12 outfit, since Terror of the Zygons was recorded with the Season 12 block and then held over for broadcast for the beginning of Season 13. So last time we really see him in that Season 12 outfit, but he's great in that. I really like how well the monster is realized in it, the Loch Ness Monster. I like they never really show the bottom of it. You just kind of see the top half of it. I think that's a clever idea. I think the monster looks really good. There's one scene where it's kind of going over the mountains with a paw that looks pretty realistic for Classic Who. I like the fact it blinks. You see it blink sometimes. That just adds a lot of believability to me when I actually see it kind of blinking its eyes. It's just a small little touch I noticed that I really enjoyed. I really like the model shots of this as well. The Zygon ship model looks really good, and a lot of times in Classic Who, you can tell a model and a model set. It just looks so obvious. I mean, it's Classic Who. It's one of its little charms. You know, they had such a low budget to work with. But this one, it pulls it off really well. Like, I remember watching it and being impressed when I see the ship flying, when I see the ship landing, when you see people kind of jumping out of it and running away real fast. It actually, you'd almost swear they built a life-size freaking ship and had it there to film against. That really looks better than most of the times when they try to do that thing. When they try to do that sort of thing in Classic Who, I was really impressed how well the Zygons ship looked and was incorporated into scenes. It did not look like a model to me. So that I found impressive. I thought the guest actors did a good job here. The guy playing the Duke I really liked when he's playing the Duke and when he's playing the Zygon disguised as the Duke. I like the guy playing the lead Zygon. I love the Zygon voices in this, which of course carries over into the modern series. I can see why the Zygons were such a popular villain and why people had always wondered why they always only got one story until they showed back up in Day of the Doctor. Because they are good villains. I'd love to see a story that examines more of that fleet that's supposed to be coming in a few centuries and on its way there. I'd like to see a series kind of tackle that. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I like the scene when the Doctor kind of has to hypnotize Sarah and himself so they're not breathing in as much oxygen until Benton gets there to help them. I really like that Benton has stuff to do in this one because I really like Benton a lot. So it's always nice when he's not just like there, when he's actually doing stuff. I like that. So yeah, Terror of the Zygon. It's a really good Doctor Who story. I think it deserves its place in season 13. Is it overrated? Debatable. I think you could place the argument it's a little overrated, but at the same time, it's a really solid Doctor Who story, so it's kind of hard to argue against it. I think in my ranking of season 13, I'd still have it where it's at, which I believe was in 5th place, because all of the other stories in that season are just so good. Besides Android Invasion, which sucks. But all the others that I had placed above it originally are still just so good. I think they stand above it. But it is definitely a great piece of Doctor Who. Would I call it essential viewing? I don't know if I'd necessarily call it essential viewing, but if you want to watch some really good Tom Baker Doctor Who, then by all means, give it a watch. So, Terror of the Zygons. What do you think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you think? How does it stack up with other stories from season 13 in your eyes? Comment down below. Let me know exactly what you think of it. I always enjoy hearing your guys' opinions of stuff. And other things to do, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications. I've started a Patreon page if you are interested in contributing to that and helping me steer the direction of the channel with video requests and polls. You'll find a link to that in the description below. But most importantly, stay safe. Thank you for watching.